see your comments, so just kind of bear with me. I want to get this one done here. So hang in there. I'll see your comments after I get things done. So let me get all this stuff done. Let me get this up so we can see it. You always gotta adjust shit. This phone is like on its last leg, it seems like. Let me see if you can see everything. YouTube is good. All right, so let's finish this shit out here. I could probably put it on my screen and see comments, but let me see. Yeah, I think so. Hold on a minute. I'm getting everything fired up. It's kind of weird. You got on your phone, but then you see it on your page on your computer. Everybody on YouTube probably wondering, what the hell? Who's he talking to? Well, I always do a live video, so. I'm gonna turn the volume down on the computer. We're all set. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure that it's on the pages right. Looks good. Okay. All right, now I can see some comments, you guys. It'll take a little bit because my computer, for some freaking reason, is slow today. Like, really slow. All right. Got this little soft green right here. So that's all we're going to do. Is just pop it in everywhere like we did before. You really don't need to care about your blacks at all. You just pop it in wherever you want, just right over everything. Watch when you do this, you don't have a lot of streaks in it. But we'll do our shadow work. We were selling a house, so I had all kind of shit going on. I'm gonna put a little bit more sky right here. We'll finish out maybe some whites right there. It's kind of like a lot of the computer guys do. They'll color it all in. When you use this, you can see that this piece right here will go over, and you can now make a shade with it. See? So what you can do is when you're popping it in here, see how it loosened it up? Now look at that. See, I can actually take it out if I want, but it will ruin the paper. So this is paint on paper. This is just standard paper, man. And it's I get Bristol, I get thicker paper, 80 pounds, 67 pound, so that it will absorb the water. I take a spray glue. It's a 67, or no, it's oh God, where's it at? I should show it to everybody. I take a spray glue. This is Masonite, and I put it on Masonite so that it will. People can frame it or whatever, and you just kind of edge it. So you make your edges normal. Then I'll re-glue this real quick. Let me see if I can find that glue, and I'll show you guys. Hold on. I think it's in the other room. I use standard Walmart paints, man. I don't buy nothing special. I don't buy the. A lot of guys like the fancy markers, man, because they're just used to it, and there's nothing against that. So hold on a minute. Grab my coffee. when I seal it, when I did my start cards for Tops and other companies, that's why people were like, well, why, you know, there was a sealant on there. And they were like, why are you putting a sealant on there? It's because you seal on the paint or it'll ripple on the paper within a couple of months. So that's why I was having issues with people with that. But this is what I seal it with. It's called Mod Podge. Okay? That's what I seal everything with. I'm looking for my glue. Hang in there. I think it might be my back office. Hold on a minute. Alright, so this is the glue that I use, and I only use. You just take it, it's Super 77, and I use that. What you want to do is just peel this back down just a little bit. You want to spray it just lightly. Let it sit there for just a minute. This stuff is pretty strong. Let it sit there for a minute, wave it out. You can actually use both of these. Now watch. That ain't going nowhere. You can't peel that back off. So Super 77. It's about $10, $11 a can. When you're using these markers, you want to take your time not to take this paper and ruin it. Because you can ruin it. Like really fast. This is just a balance. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to put paint over it. So I just want the look for myself to have everything balance out. Okay? That's all I want. I'm never prepared, I swear to God. Alright, so we're just going to bang this out real fast to kind of get that features in there. Then you could add your colors later. Let this dry up for at least, 2-3 minutes before you start messing with it. So we're going to work on the face shield a little more. Remember to step back and look at your drawing 3 to 5 feet back when you're working on it, because it's going to throw you off if you continue to look at it up close. And no person goes right this close to something like, yo, how you doing? You don't come that close when you look at a piece of art. You'll see all the stroke marks and just all kind of stuff, man. You got to take your time and come off it a little bit and look at it as the customer will see it. That's why most artists don't like what they even do, because we see it up close too much. And you're like, well, this thing looks like a piece of shit. Well, that's why it looks like a piece of shit, because you're up too close. I always step away for about an hour or two once I finish it, or I'm very close to finishing it, sometimes a day. But in the art world, when you're in demand on things, you can't. So I'm just going to do my basic coloring in and get it all straight. Okay. I don't want to do it real thick, but then I want to cover the whole area. No matter what it is, I want to get all this done. That's all going to be black anyways. So I don't want to do it in the green yet, because I want to finish that out with some black. So I just want to temper this in real quick, as shown. That's it. Now that we've got that, I'm going to shut this one light off. I don't draw a bunch of lights on, I can say. All it does is throw you off. You go snowblind, as they say. Okay, now. Let's make sure we got everything's in focus. All right. Now we got everything. Once you feed this out, you're going to go ahead and get some other stuff done with your blacks. All right, hold on a minute. Got something playing in the background here. You got to watch, man. If they'll cut you off. All right. So now we're going to feature out this right here and finish out the blacks here. You're going to do a heavy black. Like I say, I get these little things right here. You can get a bingo blotter people use for bingo. You just wash it back out, and then you've got your black. You'll start by the neck right here and go straight across from here, because he just has some white marks here. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space, but not much. But I'm going to make room for this gear right here, this gear area. This just gets rid of a big area of black so you can feature it out later. And you just let that dry. Okay, now get our black pen out. Feature some of our lines, which are not big, see, because they're more green. So you just want to feature out your lines. So we stopped here with the mask. We're going to start right here on these hook pieces here. As you can see, this right here will be black. It's a round circle here, and then another one here. Once you get all that done, just take your pen and put the black in it. Same as right here, see? But it's going to come down a little bit, so you'll just feature this here. This will start giving it its dimensions. And bang that in here. Here's your swoop right here for this. So what we're going to do is take this right here. It's all black. So we'll come across here. We'll come up, go back down, feature that back out. Now you've got your piece here. So what you want to do is just come across here real nice and black. That shows your line work. Okay, now you're right in here. So on this hitch piece right here, you see this is three-dimensionalized. So you'll come across here like this, stop, and then hook this back around. This now is all black. You've got a piece that's black inside here, but this is all black right here. You can take a Sharpie if you want, you can take anything. I think I brought one of my ink things. Hold on a minute. Yeah. I get these in China. I bought like 200 of them. It's my own mixture of inks. And just make sure that it flows. Watch the splatter. You can ruin a drawing in a heartbeat. Looks like that nib. There we go. Now we have flow. Don't have it too much. Always take your time and stop, and then get your flow on. Remember, the paper's going to be loose, so you got to watch that shit, man. It'll ruin it. Okay, so now we're going to come over here by this gear piece right here. You're here. That's here. And this is all going to be black, but there's going to be a little bit of a green in there, so you're going to have to shadow it out. That's a gear piece that's in there. You do that with paint. So I just suggest that you just pop all the black in it now, and then come down to here where you're at right here. See, you're on the shoulder blade piece now, and then we're going to come all the way down like this and do this all black, like this. Take your time, fill in them gaps really nice and even, all the way up to this line here. It's going to be black. You're going to work that with your paint. Don't lose your contrast. You know, don't look at it and lose where you're at. See, like right here, this is all black here, so we need to just smear a little bit of black here. See, look, pop it, and pop it here. Gravity takes effect. Pop it, stop, and then come back up. If you don't, I'm telling you, that shit will drip right down, and you could ruin a piece in a heartbeat. Okay, now you've got these pieces here, which is this latch right there. So what we have to do is take our pin in there, because this was just a basic drawing, and you'll have to make your latch. So you have your line here, which is here. We're going to shade it out. So you'll look at this line here. You can see this is black here. And then you'll just come straight down off the latch. Make a latch like that. You've got a piece of white here, and then you have an oval indentation here. That's simple. Now you've finished the latch up to here. Like I said, I'm going to add some blacks over here too to mess with it and change this around a little bit more, because I've got him more of an angle. I've got him straight and he's cockeyed, so the dimensions will be off a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pop this off here. Put some blacks in there and then finish out some thick black. Like that. Pieces in here. More thick black. Okay. And this piece is here on the gear. That's all black. So actually, we just whip this sucker right back out. Pop it here. And then we start about right here. Even this out real nice. For your heavy black. And then stop about right there. Got your top box right there where your lock is. So you know if this crease is here, you know that black comes all the way down. So what we'll do is just come off it like this. Because you're going to add some whites to it anyways, but you got to make that box where it's all dark. And then you're going to have to come over here to this lip and just end it. You've got an indentation right there. I started the line for, which is right here. So what you're going to do is come across where the gear is. This is all black anyways, and just come across here. Make that indentation like this. Now you know where you're at. Got your box lock here. You can just take that and pop it in. Put your line work here and here. I'm going to add some blacks into here to finish that out, and then I'll put some more of the stars and shit in there. This right here is the black mess, I call it, where the neck is at. Just want to pop it in real quick. You could actually use your big marker because it doesn't matter. You're going to take the whites to make that feature. You're saving time. So this is for the chin piece right here. I'm going to take my time on this and now even this out. And I've got that evened out. Okay, you've got a lot of different colors here and some blacks right here. So you know that this is going to be black. So just pop in some black on this black and then take your finger and just roll it down. Just a little bit. Okay, now you've got that piece done. We're going to go into this gearbox right here. You know that this is all black, so just come down. Don't waste time with it. I mean, you know where it's going to be a black, so why are you messing with it? I'm going to take this right here, filter that right into the sky piece that I did, and then I'm going to come straight across and make a nice sharp edge. And after I got that, you know this is all black right here, so don't mess with it. Just come straight across, make it all black. Give it a pop. Usually it takes about 2 pops. Let's give it a nice black right here. Just come down. You know when to stop, and it's on this side too. Now you know you've got your dimensions starting good there. You're good here. You're good here. Now you've got this piece here. It comes up by this. You know that's got a black, but it's not all. So you pop it in like that, and then put your finger on it. Roll this one here, like this, and just roll it. Look at that. See, it smears it in. Okay, then you're going to go behind the helmet, do the same thing, just smear it in. Take your time, smear it in. Like that. Okay. You'll double check all this to make sure all the black is good. Of course, this is a painting. This is a computer sketch, so it's going to be different. There's going to be no such thing as perfection on it. So now, we've got all that done. We're going to come straight across here and work on this. You know that this piece right here has a slope to it. So you'll have to make a little edge line that you've got here. So you've got your edge lines on your hooks right here and all the other stuff here. So we'll just take these right here, feature them in real quick. And the good thing is you can just take paint and redo it if you're not satisfied with it. You've got a black piece here. We'll add that kind of a gear look there. We'll do this one black here because I remember my guy's a little bit different position that I made, so that I'm not just copying the same look. You got your white right here, your greens. Now I bought the paint at Walmart that I thought would match the green, so I got 2 of them. There's your light color here, and you've got your dark. That is a perfect match. To an extent. You're not going to have something that's that perfect. So what we're going to do is use our blacks and our colors. Okay? Get out your old trusty 2-cent piece. Get your new chump. Why buy all these fancy things? I get these guys or these shows and stuff, and they've got all this fancy shit. I'm like, well, why do you got all that, man? I mean, you got something you have to wash off every time. Some acrylic plate or some paint holder. It's its name, man. But if that's what you want to use, it's fine. I use a paper plate or a plastic plate. I can use these for 5 paintings sometimes. If it's the same color, I just don't throw it away. It just builds up. Brush choice, you're gonna have to get in there and learn your brushes, man. So you could sit there and tell somebody 6 or 7 times about a brush, you know, hey, do this brush, do that brush, and it's just not gonna work, man. So make sure you get your water out of there, and then just kind of, this is gonna fill in the gap of everything. So now you know you've got a good look. Okay, so let's just start from right here and get this gear done here. This is going to have a thicker piece that comes across here, which I can see that I need to finish that out. Hold on a minute. I see. Got your gear piece here. This piece will come down from this to straight up to here. Okay, now we've got that dimensions. We've got your hooks and pieces here. Alright, and your blacks are there. Alright, cool. Alright. Now, take your time. Round out your brush a little bit right here, and you're going to pound in this. It's a weird color. So just Put a little bit of piece in there like that, which is the same thing here. This will round it off, and then filter it in with the paint. It makes it one smooth color. You don't want too much paint because it'll ruin it. Now you can take your mauve green here and just kind of bang it in there, because you're going to put your whites over it anyways, just to kind of get your look. So pop it in there. Take your time to go over that black that you've got for your shadow. And you see the paint doesn't go over the black line that much. You don't want that. I mean, that's your line that you've got to know where you're at. Look, this swoops right here. See it? So you're going to take it, go right into your blacks, because you're going to do whites in there. Go straight across like that. I can see the dimensions already, but it just takes time. Don't get in such a hurry to ruin something. Go right over the black line, because you want it to go a little bit, but not much. Okay. That's where your white's going to come in. The same thing with your dimensions here. You know that this piece goes from here across. So you're just going to go across this way, because that's the way the dimension goes. You know that this piece goes at an angle like this. So start the green that way. You've got 4 little dots here. We just know that this piece right here is going to go this way. So go that way. A lot of people think it's a waste of time to put your marker in there, but why would it be? You're balancing everything out. You're covered up your space so that any flaws or any details that you haven't accomplished, you can accomplish now with paint. This has a swoop to it, and so does that. So this goes up. So you want to go up. Your whites will do the same thing, but to practice and to get where you're at, you know what you have to do as far as the balance of it and how to direct it. This is a space filler. And we'll take black paint and go in there and detail it. This is space filler, man. This is going to take all that stuff that you made, all the lines that you made. It almost makes them disappear. Now you see him, he's coming alive. So what we're going to do with this right here is just go ahead and put the green in there. And then we'll fill in the marks that he has anyways. But we're going to put that green in there. I think that's a good choice. Look at that. I think it rocks. You hear the neighbor? Drunkard and shit, man. And he's my tenant. I rent to this cat. And it's just, my God, he's nuts. Got to wash. The paper will wilt up on you, so you have to take your time. Usually I bring a fan in here, and I'll mess with a fan. Now watch. I'll swoop this in right here, just very lightly, to get that neck piece looking good. And then put your whites in there. I don't want the same look as the computer drawing. I'm doing a painting, so that's all white. So now we're going to go to our other green. So we've got 2 greens. Go to our darker green, pop it in there. I'm going to do a light with this one here because I don't want too much. If there's a white there, but I want some detail in it anyways. So I want this to be a thick green here. Then I know when I pop my whites in there, it'll look good. Okay, now I'm going to take and start putting the dimensions in with this brush. Okay, now I'm going to swoop down. This right here is all white, but still, in this centerpiece here, you can see he's got a little piece. Then you go in there with your white, but you want to get that dimension in there. And this will swoop down here. So I want to just get my other brush out to give that dimension, the look. I'm going to go with a two-way paint and just give it a brush right there and look at it. Go right over the black. Get a little bit more green on there so that it go down. Let's get these pencils out of the way. More green. And then I'll take my white and go right through it the opposite way. So I'm going to come up here like this. Come back. Then I'm going to do my swoop right here. Get my heavy green out again. Swoop this way. And then this way. I know it's white, but still. This piece here. And then come across this way. Mix it in right here and here. This has a little swoop to it. Swoop it in. Now you've got that to dry. Same thing here. Now we're going to come across with the heavy green here. Real easy. Make our swoops up. And then go right through. Then you come down. And then back up. This piece right here, we're going to come off like that. This one here goes this direction to this way. Now we'll fill in this black right here with a little bit of mauve green to kind of finish this piece out. You know it's white, but still, you want to mix in that black with that green so that the shadow looks through. Wipe your brush off with water. because you'll get too much black on it. Okay. Now, let's get all these done here. You're just making your dimensions. Got your gear this way, so you know that you have to roll this way. Get your smaller brush out. Take a little bit of heavy green. Roll it in. Now you've got your black right here. Come across. Go straight down, straight back up. Same thing here. Get your heavy green out, not too much. Come this way, this way. Your white is what's going to make everything pop. But you still got to put your green in there to make it have a good look to it, or it's just going to look common. It's a waste. It's waste you're doing, but it's for your own look. So now you know what you got. So it evens out all your colors that you've got, especially your blacks. Get into there. You've got little streaks that are in here, so just pop in a little bit of a green onto it. This is all black in here, but I'm just going to take my time and filter it in anyways. And then blend it into the background. Okay, now let it dry for a little bit. Usually it's good, like oil paintings, you have to let it sit for a day or two just to get the shit to dry. With acrylics, you're lucky, but it doesn't have the same look to it, so you have to watch. So, you know, it'll look all right, but you have to just watch. Now, you want that smear look for the white to really come through. Get that green off there. Just kind of, it'd be easy. You could touch something like that and it'd come off, the paper and all, in your paint right in your hand. So you got to watch. I was working on a $1,200 painting for a dude, a Frankenstein. And I went like that, and the fucking eye came right out. It just, you have to learn, man. You live and learn. I was under a deadline, so you know, it deadlined me. So I'm going to come up from here. Get my smaller brush. Detail this out here. So I'm going to come across real easy here, like this. I'm going to tilt the brush up. He's singing his ass off. Can you hear it? I hope you guys can hear that shit. Remember to follow your dimensions. You don't want too much or too less. You just have to learn what it's going to be. It's like a one-person show up there, ain't it? just pop it in. We've got a lot right here. We can take a fine brush and put it in there, but these are the little crease pieces here. This is the shit I deal with on a daily basis when I'm trying to tattoo people. That's why I put the music up loud. I don't want to hear his ass. Okay, now we got some white started here. You can do your pencils, start working in your pencils to make the final details. This one you can actually take a larger brush, get in there, and just pop that white in there. Let's get all this out of the way. Now, what I was going to do is have a mist come off his face, wrap around. but I want a couple of colors into it. Instead of just white. So what I was going to do, get this swoop of that stardust kind of shit on him. It still shows all the work that's in there. You've got a nice green, so we can do a red. Or an orange. So we'll do like a mix of both. And you want to just take your time. You want that mist to come out. Alright, I got much trash around here. I need to clean this bitch up. You can do a yellow too, but I just prefer that. I don't need a large brush for it. So what I was going to do is take a medium-sized brush, doing a fan brush, but I'll go with a medium. And we'll see what the yellow looks like once we blast it. You want to get all the water off it. You don't really want much on there. Then we can come down like this, where there's a sun blast. Got your red now, just take your time. Blast a little bit of red dust through it, like Mars dust or whatever you want to call it. Just blast it through. Mix it in there a little bit. Now we'll do a little tap technique that you have for pieces of dust coming on. Add a little bit of water. And you want your yellow. Smear it. Get some thick yellow on there. Pop it in your rinse water. You don't want too much. Clean it off. Get your white. And then this is the tap. I see him got a show. Like I said, he taps. So you get little specks of dust and just different debris coming at him. A little bit more water. Go with the flow, see? Get your red out and do the same thing. A little bit of the yellow. Get the excess off first. You might want to use an orange, you might want to use all kind of colors, but now you've got your splash on there. Now I'm just going to pop in a small bit of stuff in the background. Go straight across. Just different angles now. Now you've got that dust all over him. What you want to do is you'll be doing your final detail, but see, it just takes all that. Now see, it's all over my fucking computer screen, so, and all over the wall, but that's being an artist. So let's take a look at it. Let's see what we got. Okay, now. Getting there. We'll do our final details when that dries up. That's with the pencils. Okay, now we'll do the YouTube. There's your secondary look at it. We'll come back on it. Final details will be the next one.